Welcome to another marvelous episode of CFB Nation, hosted by me, Lover KT, a.k.a. the Governor of College Football. And, of course, today I got with me Nino 2 times, a.k.a. the Mayor. Nino, what's happening?
What's good? Hopefully, I got all my internet difficulties out the way, and I'm ready to talk some college football tonight.
Yeah, man. You know, sometimes they'll like to let the Mayor be great, especially if people ain't want Marion Barry to be great at all. Hey, let's get right into it, man. We got a jam-packed episode. Y'all know how we do. Jaden Rashada, you want to talk about this situation? You know, things is getting a little interesting. Yeah,
so this is what I call it. I sent it to you like this. It's a Jaden Rashada and the $13 million bag gone wrong. All right? Because there's a lot of things. So, originally, back in June, he had committed to Miami, right? Which was a big deal then because he pulled away from Texas A&M and Florida at the time because those were competitors. And then there was drama surrounding who was going to represent him at the time because he could sign an NIL deal as a California resident. So the Miami thing, he ended up flipping and was going to sign Florida on the bag. The $13 million NIL deal. This was the biggest conversation going. It was broken down where he's going to get $3.25 million per year over the life of the deal. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we received on Tuesday that Rashada was backing out of his national letter of intent, and he wanted to be out, and they released him on Friday. And now, where he goes, I don't know. What if there was any money transferred? If he had any NIL money given to him ahead of time, we don't know what will happen there. But I do know now that he has visits scheduled with Colorado. Coach Prime is doing wonders. And Arizona State, who I think has the upper hand only because his father went there. That's his alma mater. So Arizona State could have the upper hand over Colorado. But the way Colorado is doing things right now and recruiting going, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes there. I also wouldn't be surprised if for some reason he ends up in Miami. All right. Like I said, back in 2020, when his offers were originally coming, when he was a sophomore at IMG, he had Miami, Cal, Penn State, Arizona State, Auburn, and he was already committed to Miami when everything fell through. There's a chance that he could go back that way. If you go to 24/7, for some reason it's not changed. It says 100% Miami. I don't know if that's something that they know that we don't know, or if that's just an error on someone sleeping and hasn't updated things. But he's one of the only top 25 quarterbacks without a school on 24/7. So you tell me. But the money was real. That $13 million NIL deal was real. Florida Gators Collective had round up enough money to get him that bag. Obviously, things didn't work out. So what are your thoughts on the deal here, KT?
Well, we got a couple of issues here. Issue number one is NIL, name, image, and likeness. We know this is a fairly new thing. It's not really capped, which is good and bad, and we're kind of seeing the ugly side of it. But here's the thing. Gainesville, that Gator Collective didn't do their research.
Nope.
If you go to on3.com, it'll give you Mr. Jaden Rashada's NIL worth. His worth is $437,000, which means if he stayed there for 4 years, he could make $1.75 million over the course of 4 years. But you guys were trying to get this dude $3.6 million.
3.25 a year.
Over 4 years. How does that happen? When you have these resources available, you and I could go to On3. You see, right. And when I heard they was giving them this much, because I thought one of the biggest NIL worths, LeBron James Jr., of course, his Bronny, 1 year, wherever Bronny decides to go, he's definitely going to get that bag in NIL, and he may never even have to step foot in the NBA, which he will, but I'm just using that as an example. But the fact that he was offered $13.4 million,
insane.
How? I just don't understand. Like, how?
Yeah, I don't. I have no idea. They was the only QB on the roster is Graham Mertz. So obviously they were hurting. Everybody, the backup QB situation. We don't really want to get into it. Legal issues and stuff. They weren't expecting that to happen. I don't think that they were expecting AR to go to the draft. To be totally honest with you. So then what was left? Let me get the bag. We need somebody. This kid could come in and stop probably this year if necessary. If Mertz can't right the ship after 4 weeks, then we can go with Rashada. But now it's Mertz, and that's the ship you sail with.
It's embarrassing. You definitely feel for Rashada because he's thinking about, hey, whether I, become a meaningful quarterback in the NFL or not, I can still make this type of money over the next 4 years, and you can be a difference maker for your family, still get your degree for free and get paid while getting your degree. And, life goes on, but you have to feel for him. He'll get some money. He'll get nowhere near there. I just don't know how the collective didn't do their research. It's embarrassing.
He's going to get his money wherever he goes.
Mm-hmm.
The kid has got game, okay? He can ball out. He got – I sent it to you. I said, yo, flick of the wrist. That boy can throw the ball 40, 50 yards downfield, just a flick. Like, it's a drop back, see second read, boom, boom, got him. Like, the talent's there, and he got wheels. So, I mean, sky's the limit for the kid. There's plenty of schools out there that are going to, need a QB, if not this year, next year. So, he'll get his. I don't think he's worried.
Yeah, he shouldn't be at all. It'll be interesting to see where he goes. You mentioned Colorado. He's definitely sitting a year if he goes there, unless something unforeseen happens. Probably the same thing with Arizona State. At Florida, I think you and I would both agree that it'll probably be open competition there for him to get that spot. Miami, what does that look like if he does land up in Coral Gables?
They just brought a gentleman in, correct? Van Dyke is still there.
Yeah, Van Dyke is still there, so he's definitely probably going to sit a year. If he goes there, it doesn't look good. The fact that he signed this national letter of intent, I think he signed that during the early signing period, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I also think that DJ Lagway commitment. I know it's a year out, but I
like Lagway. We've talked about him on this show before.
Correct,
well, so.
And I feel like you go and get him, and then you come after me, and then everything goes sour with them. Something wasn't right. Something wasn't right off the rip.
Yeah, I wish the people in this circle, and not saying that they didn't see this coming, but if you look at the numbers never made sense.
No.
Period. You hate to see something like this happen to someone so talented, but like we said, he'll get his. You wanna talk about this Rara Thomas situation?
All right. This is just kind of crazy. This is kind of like a TMZ thing. I saw it real quick. I just browsed through, and then I dove into it a little bit more, and I was literally scratching my head. So, recent Georgia transfer, Mississippi State transfer to Georgia, wide receiver Rara Thomas was arrested on imprisonment and domestic violence charges, which is crazy. Monday, he was arrested, charged with false imprisonment and domestic violence following an argument with his girlfriend. Police were dispatched to McWhirter Hall just before midnight on Sunday in reference to a loud argument in one of the dorm rooms. Officers knocked on the door of the dorm room and spoke with Addison Alford, which is the girlfriend. Police said she claimed there was a verbal argument between her and the boyfriend. Rara, which is, government name is, I'm going to mess this up, and I'm terrible with names. It's Rara Thomas. When Thomas got upset, she was following an unidentified guy on Instagram. The Mississippi State transfer was also charged with misdemeanor battery / family violence for allegedly bruising the female's bicep and causing abrasions to her shins. The female told the police she and Thomas lived together in Mississippi and in her native Alabama, where they were planning to move in together in an Athens apartment. The other things I did read was, according to police, Thomas claimed Alfred hit him first. After hearing this, Alfred said Thomas asked that she not tell anyone about the bruises he gave her. Alfred told officers that after the argument, she wanted to leave the room, but Rara blocked the exit, telling her she could not leave. She told officers she wanted to call her mother, but Rara grabbed her phone and the Apple Watch off her wrist, so she could not call. Officers observed the abrasions to Alfred's legs, and she had claimed what had happened when Thomas pushed her onto the bed and bruises on her legs when she was not allowed to leave the dorm room. So that's what I got on it. This is all AP press, so none of this is speculation. This is all facts.
Yeah, it's legit. Posted a $1,850 bond, which I think you paid. I don't know if it's 10%. in Georgia, but it should be, $185. 22 stats. He had 44 catches, 626 yards, 7 touchdowns. The thing that gets me, the thing that bothers me is that you're leaving one school. You're going in a pretty good school like that, going to another SEC school, but this SEC school in particular just won 2 back-to-back national championships. You also seen that their wide receiver one is probably their tight end one, and Brock Bowers.
A.D. Mitchell just left. Like, bro, you had an opportunity.
Yeah, a heck of an opportunity to be a contributor immediately. And not saying that this will mess up his opportunity there. I just don't. I don't understand if, and I'm pure speculation here. If him and his old lady were unhappy in Mississippi, she probably should have stayed in Mississippi. Now, I don't know if they have kids or anything like that. It's different, when you have kids together. But it'd probably been best if she stayed in Mississippi so he can focus on ball, because this kid got potential to play in the NFL. But this isn't a good start.
Over
Georgia
social
players
media?
Get a knock anyway. Yeah.
You never put your hands on a
media.
female.
Yeah.
You never put your hands on a female.
Yeah.
Regardless of the situation.
Yeah.
But you're going to throw it all the way over following someone on social media? Man.
It's heartbreaking, if I'm being honest. To be placed in the opportunity he's about to be placed in. He's about to get a high snap count.
Right.
And I'm not saying that he ruined it all with this situation, but it doesn't look good. And now he's going to have to work twice as hard.
Put yourself behind the 8 ball to stop,
Yeah, you can't be doing this with Kirby Smart. Smart is not going to be having this type of stuff.
You can't be doing this in general in life. In life, you can't be doing this. You can't progress doing things like this.
Yeah, the false imprisonment. What is that? I seen it said felony false imprisonment.
Imprisonment is not allowing the
okay. I was reading
occupant,
that wrong.
The occupant of the dorm room.
He kept
her
right. Inside.
Yeah, so that's the imprisonment. They didn't actually have her in prison, but the false imprisonment wasn't allowed to leave the occupancy.
That's crazy, man. Shout out to Moon. Moon is in the building. What's happening, man?
Moon vibes, baby.
All right, so let's get into these top high school quarterbacks where we are about to disagree. It's been a little while. It's certainly been a little while, but let's talk about it. Nino, you want to go ahead and give who your top 10 is? Actually, let's do this differently. Go from 10 to 5.
All right. Well, I got to tie at 10, right? So I'll
that's cool. That's cool. Go 10 to 5. You can do some of your explanations if you would like.
All right. So, I got at 10 for a tie for me. Is Aiden Childs, QB that just committed to Oregon State, as well as Lenora Sellers, QB just committed to South Carolina. Now, I told our buddy Brian when he signed, I says, "Yo, this is big for you guys. Like, this is big. Even if Rattler comes back, you know what I'm saying? This is big because this kid's gonna be." He's like, "I don't get hyped up for anybody coming out of high school unless his name's Marshawn Lattimore," I think he said, or someone else. It doesn't work for me. But when I'm looking at this kid's gonna be, both of these kids are dual threat. Okay, both of these kids, QB1 coming in, not this season, coming the next year. It's theirs locked in. Childs could actually get some time this season, depending on how everything goes in Oregon State. At 9, I got J.J. Cole at Iowa State. We just watched him ball out, right, in the Polynesian Bowl. He did his thing. I mean, was it the Honolulu Bowl, right? Mm-hmm. He balled out, did his thing. Kid's the real deal. Iowa State's obviously needed a dude since Purdy, right? Yeah. Purdy's doing his thing. I think this is a huge landing spot for the kid. Big arm, right? I'm not saying I'm going to give him Aaron Rodgers-esque mobility, right? He can find his way out of the pocket. He can rip you off, 8 to 10 if he needs to, but he's got a cannon, got a big arm, and the kid can chuck the rock. I've been saying this for a while now. My guy at 8, people are not really aware of him. I think they're kind of sleeping on him because he's not a big name. It's Avery Johnson, Kansas State. You want to talk dual threat? This kid's got it, okay? Quick. He got quick release. He's very, very mobile. He gets to the outside, and Duke can just work magic.
And he may be given the keys early.
Yes, And this is the thing is this could be him like week 1. You might see him in a spring game and go, whoa, what's up with this dude? He's got a howitzer. The only thing I worry about is sometimes he forces things, but he's young, right? He's 18 years old. Sometimes he tries to force the throw that you need a little. I feel you need a little more experience, and he probably would have been a little better decision with some of them. But the kid's got the talent, got the arm strength, mobile, going to be a dude. The next guy is going to be a dude, and it's not just because I'm an Oregon guy, and that's Austin Overset. You can go check if you start looking around. There's guys out there that are already talking about him. He is making a buzz already. There's a reason why Oregon flipped him from Baylor. There's a reason why. Listen, Texas QBs, right? We know about it. They ball. They got big arms. They can chuck the rocks. Is what they do. They're when they come out the womb, they come out to throw the ball around or play some type of football. This kid, he got it. Okay, he is. This is why I was not upset when Dante Moore left and committed to UCLA. And they got Novosad because he is he will take over for Bo Nix. He is the predecessor. He is the dude. He's got all the intangibles. He's got a big arm. He's another guy like Cole, semi-mobile, but not Bo Nix mobile. Right? Bo could get jiggy with it.
Yeah, he can.
But
Novosad dual threat in my opinion.
Can get your first down with no problem. He's I'm gonna go with semi-dual threat. All right. Now I had Jaden Rashada right there at the line. We already spoke on him a lot.
You got him at 5th or 6th?
I had him at 6.
At 6, okay.
Yeah. Now the problem is I'm not gonna get into.
We got him at the same spot. That's crazy.
I got a lot of things to say about the top 5, but I'm gonna let you give me your bottom.
Yeah. So I'll go 10 through 6 like you did. Go ahead and recap your 10. Well, yours was 11 through 6. Go ahead, recap that, and then I'll get to mine. I'll recap mine, and then we can talk about this top 5 because I feel like this is where we're gonna get some debates at.
All right, so I got a tie for 10 with Aiden Childs and Lenora Sellers. Okay, and then I had at 9 was JJ Cole, Iowa State, and I had Avery Johnson at 8, Kansas State, Austin Novosad, Oregon at 7, and then Jaden Rashada, ex-Florida Gator.
Alrighty, so coming in at my 10th spot, I got Lincoln Kienholz, quarterback for Ohio State. Ohio State offense is always quarterback friendly, so if he can get in there, put some work in, and find a way to win the QB1 spot. I'm not sure if he's going to get it this year. Possibly could, but
he got some people in front of him.
Yeah, he got some people.
Kyle's in front of him, you know.
If he can find a way, you just
okay,
I feel like the competition is going to be a lot more opened up this year. So I got him at 10. At 9, I got Ricky Collins. I love the fit. I just love the fit. Brian Kelly, year 2, LSU. We know Collins is going to sit at least a year, but I like him at 9. Eli Holstein at Alabama. I'm interested to see what he's going to do. And what is your take on him? Because I don't think he's on your list.
He's not on my list. I don't know. I feel like the last couple of years with QB recruit with Nick has been a little dicey.
You can say
it's been a little dicey, all right?
Yeah, it has been. But they had a bunch of hits in a row though.
They did, and now it's looking like they're having 3 years of misses.
Yeah.
He told Brock Purdy he was meh. I'm not saying Brock Purdy would have played over, young or anything. I'm just saying we can see that there's a little hiccup in the road here, Not that I'm not saying Brock Purdy is Tom Brady. I'm just saying he's better than meh. You know what I'm saying? For Saban to say that,
Brock Purdy is a damn good quarterback. Coming in at the number 7 spot, I got Malachi Nelson. I'm not sure if he's on.
See, this is where we're gonna have an issue.
Yeah, so I like Nelson, but the fact that he's going to redshirt is guaranteed redshirt his first year. He's lower. I wonder, do you have him higher on your list? I don't want you to spoil your list.
I have him at 5.
Yeah, I'm at 5. Okay, 7, 5. That's not too far off.
He could have. I'll talk about it in a minute. Yeah. So we talk about that, and then the one place we were locked in, spot on, is Jaden Rashada. The fit, wherever he end up going, will scare me. If it's in Coral Gables,
I hope it isn't, but if that's where he decides to go, that's where he decides to go. I think the ASU fit will be better for him.
He's still sitting though, right? Like,
he's still sitting if he goes there, but I think I would prefer him with Dillingham in a conference that's more quarterback friendly, score a little bit more points out there in the Pac-12. I would prefer him there. So those are my.
I see Rashada and Citizen in that backfield, like Rashada at QB and Citizen at running back for the U.
Mm-hmm.
That kid's the real deal. Everybody forgets about him because he got hurt, in the spring and never got to play. But Trevion Citizen is an absolute dog at running back, and he's got all the talent.
So you think it's a fit for him in Coral Gables?
I think if you want to put this, if what Mario Cristobal is trying to do, and what I see him trying to do, is he's trying to bring the duck flow. Okay, he's trying to quack out Miami.
Of course.
Rashada fits that mold. He's mobile, very mobile. Right, he can throw on the run. He can throw across his body, and I don't want to say this like because right now everybody's gonna say because the kid stunk this year and the year before, but he gives me a little bit of a Zach Wilson vibe. Like he can throw across on his body on the run. He makes a big throw. He's bigger. I think he's 3 inches taller than Zach Wilson is.
Yeah.
But man, the kid's got it. I think. Listen, there's a reason why Van Dyke came back, right? There's a reason probably why Cristobal's not pushing him out the door because you want to keep, the elderman
right
for a little bit. But if he ain't got it,
you think Rashada
could
push?
A couple weeks,
you think he can push him for minutes?
Yeah, I think he could. People don't throw $13 million around for nothing.
Yeah, I agree with that. Stupid, but I agree with what you said.
I'm just saying.
So those are my 10 through 6. I can't wait to hear your top 5. And I have a feeling that our top 5s were probably molded based on a couple of things, just so you all who are watching the show know the criteria. Is it a fit? How soon will they play? And when they play, will they have the ability to ball? That's kind of our criteria in making this list. So I can't wait to hear Nino's 5-1. Go ahead and shoot, man.
All right, so at 5, I got Malachi Nelson.
Okay.
And I had a problem.
Yeah. What's your beef?
I was beating myself up because I want to put him ahead of Arch. I think Arch is the 5th best out of this top 5, in my opinion. I think if his name wasn't Manning, he wouldn't even be in this category.
So are you saying that based on skill set? Are you saying that based on fit?
On skill set. I'm saying based on ready. Bro, he can't sniff Jackson Arnold's underwear right now on fit and ready to rock. Okay, you not even close. I think. All right, but Nelson's going to be in the same pace as Manning. Manning might get a chance to play this year if Ewers stinks it up early, right? But I think the kid knows he's got no choice. This is his last shot, right? Back against the wall, or you're putting yourself in a JT Daniels move. You're going to be on the go in the portal all the time. We're going to go 3-4 teams, and all the hype is just going to be poof, gone, right? So I think the kid's going to do it. So he's going to play this year, and then that means Manning's not starting until Nelson's starting, right?
Right.
And I think at that point, at neck and neck, I think Nelson is a better overall quarterback in my eyes. That's why I got Arch.
That's a great one. I think we're gonna have to clip this and come back to this later.
You can ask Jared. I've been saying this for a grip now that he isn't even the top 3 in his class.
I was struggling with Malachi Nelson as well because I'm like, okay, well he's definitely sitting year 1. Well, Arch, is it automatic he's sitting year 1? Because we seen yours he stuck it up some games last year. Played awesome other games, but some games he really stunk it up. So could he push him for minutes? Like, I don't know. I think it is more likely Arch Manning hits the field this season. I think it's kind of a foregone conclusion that Malachi Nelson may not hit the field at all, unless Lincoln Riley just want to get him some he'll
hit the field in garbage time. That's
you think so?
If
you think he's got
41 to 17 with 6 minutes to go?
Yeah, you think he'll come in and get some minutes?
Yeah,
I think that'll be good for him.
Of course. Yes, I think the talent. Like Arch doesn't blow me away.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
5 guys, like I'll go top 8. Like I just recently
the pedigree matters. The
pedigree matters.
You know, he's been probably talking the language of a quarterback probably a little bit longer than a lot of the guys on the list. I can't wait till we get to your guy though.
All right, so then it's Arch at 4.
Okay, we both have Arch at 4.
And then I got Nico at 3.
You got Nico where?
3.
At what?
At 3. Yeah.
What? You got
That's
Nico.
my guy.
You got Nico at 3?
And that's my dude.
How do you have him at 3?
Because I got Dante Moore at 2 and Jackson Arnold at 1. Because Jackson Arnold is by far.
Hey, we agree with Dante Moore, but you got Nico at 3?
Where do you got him?
1. He is QB1, numero uno.
Bro, have you ever watched an actual snap on Jackson Arnold yet?
Yes, I have.
He might
and
play week 4.
I've been seeing a lot of the comparisons too.
Yo, they're not going to start until week 4. Neither one of them.
So you think Jackson Arnold is going into Norman and starting year 1?
I'm going to tell you something right now. Dylan Gabriel was suspect last year. Right? He was suspect. Even when he was healthy, he was kind of,
So Jackson Arnold is going to beat out Dylan Gabriel.
Facts. Bro, this kid had 3,475 yards. Wait. He had 57 touchdowns last year alone. 921 yards rushing last year alone and 3,500 yards passing with 2 picks. Bro, this kid is the real deal. Holyfield.
Nino, we did a toy for Todd's bet. You held your end of the bargain. Great guy. We need to do another Toys for Tots bet.
Let's go.
Another $50.
Let's go.
Dylan Gabriel will be starting this year for that's not fair. That's a foregone conclusion.
Week 4.
That's not fair. So you saying by week 4, not by injury, cannot by injury be
by play, by performance.
By performance.
Because in this spring game.
Hey Moon, book this. Book this in the chat, Moon. So by week 4,
I'm telling you,
Jackson Arnold will beat out Dylan Gabriel by performance. Moon knows I'm a Dylan Gabriel guy. You protect him, I think he can blaze. I like Dylan Gabriel a lot. It's hitting home because I'm an AAC guy. That one hurts, Nino.
Hey, it's not UCF anymore. Okay, you're playing with the big boys.
Oh wow.
And I don't think he had his big boy pants on.
All right, okay. So you got Jackson Arnold on that one. I'm not gonna lie, the kid can play. He can really play, and I see Nino's cheating a little bit, and I'm gonna tell you why. Cause his co-host is Boomer Jared Gray, who's down there at a lot of those 5A, 6A games. So I'm sure he's seen him and put a bug in Nino's ear.
Listen,
man. But either
Eric
way,
Froton,
Nino, he can he can play.
Froton. Froton said
he can play.
He was on the Armor game. Right?
Recap your top 5 so I can get y'all mine.
All right. 1, Jackson Arnold. 2, Dante Moore. 3, my guy, Nico Iamaleava Jr. 4, Arch Manning. 5, Malachi Nelson. You gotta love
Nino's top 10 period. I actually think if you go person for person, Nino's top 10 is better than my top 10. If you go person for person, purely based on talent, I think his list is better than my list. Because I think some of the people that I named is based on what I think they could do in that scheme.
Nothing wrong with that, though.
So at 5, I got Avery Johnson. I got him at 5 purely because I think K-State is going to give him the keys early. I know you said he got to cut down a lot of the mental mistakes. Arch Manning at 4, I think pedigree. I don't think the talent level he played in high school was all that. I think you and I both agree on that. Very, very protected, but it's possible he will be playing at SEC soon if he ends up staying at Texas. So that's a real thing. We can't discount that. So I got Arch Manning at 4. Quick release, the pedigree, we talked about it. At 3, I got I got Nino's guy. I know he's gonna hate this. Jackson Arnold. How do you characterize his ability to run? Because I don't think he's dual threat. I also don't think.
Bro, how you say he's not dual threat with 1,000 yards?
So you think he's purely a dual threat? Purely a dual threat guy?
Well, what is your definition of a dual threat?
Oh man, we gonna have to talk. So you think he could continue that at the collegiate level?
I think he continue that at the collegiate level if he does. If he stays away from taking something in the high school level. My man ran like a linebacker. Okay.
Right.
But
we get it. Live arm.
He's 18. He's still going to grow.
So, okay. You think he is? These are bad comparisons,
right?
But I'm talking about his scrambling ability.
Josh Allen.
Is he more? He's Josh Allen.
Yeah.
His scrambling ability is that he's dual threat if he's Josh Allen.
He can run and get away. I watched. I didn't get to see much of the high school film. I seen 2 games, and then I watched the on game. Bro, make it jiggy.
So, hey.
No, get me wrong. Dante and Nico way more of a dual threat.
Okay. See, dual threat is loosely based. It's like pure point guard. You know, I always prefer pure point guards in basketball, right? But dual threat, if I say somebody's not dual threat, I'm not saying they can't scramble. But if you think he's going to have Josh Allen type scrambling ability, he is dual threat. I might have to scale that comment back. But
you can't rush for 1,000 yards and not be a dual threat. You know what I mean? Like,
how many yards did Arch Manning rush for this season?
Arch Manning did not rush for 921 yards.
I'm sure it wasn't that much, but he probably had half of that.
I think it was like 600.
Yeah, he had about half of that, and he's damn sure not no dual threat quarterback. He is mobile. I think he could be mobile, but not, dual threat.
Check Jackson Arnold's weight compared to Arch Manning.
I got you.
Arch Manning can't get blasted by a linebacker and roll.
Okay.
Jackson Arnold can get blasted by a linebacker and maybe make the linebacker fall.
I can't wait to see what Norman is looking like. I can't, because if he has the scrambling type ability that you're describing, then yeah, it's a possibility he can beat out. Because we seen it. We seen it with Caleb Williams down in Norman when the fans were just calling for him. Them fans are different down there, bro. Football is life.
He's bigger than Gabriel, and he's the same. Like, he's mobile, big arm. I'm telling you, and he can take hits. Gabriel can't take hits.
No, we know that. You got to protect him, and you got to give him a target. But I got Dante Moore at 2. I believe his quick release, the fact that he's a dual threat, the fact he's with Chip Kelly, I think he may be a day one starter. How do you feel about that?
I think it's very, very possible, but I also believe there's a reason why they brought Colin Sheehy in there.
That's interesting, and of course,
People don't go there on the 5th year.
I got Nico Lamaliva at 1, dual threat. I believe the offense is friendly. If he's able to beat out Milton, you name some of the wide receivers they got on the outside. Your boy Squirrel White, man, Nino called that one, boy. Definitely called that one. But I think it's interesting. Your list is interesting. I didn't expect you to have anybody other than Nico at 1 on your list.
I went, so listen.
In full transparency, I had Nino's list early. He had texted to me. But of course, I tried my best avoiding looking at it because I had to go look at some of the film on some of these players. But Nico is special.
I told you. I've been saying it for a long time.
You have been. He's special. He's like Mariota scrambling with like a J Herbo arm. Like, he is special.
He's faster than Mariota.
Yeah.
Because he weighs a little bit less. So that was the only thing with Mariota. Mariota could bang. You know what I mean? He was a little bit bigger of a guy. All I'm going to say is my guy Froton told me that they brought him in. They brought Nico in. They flew him in from his home 2 days before the bowl game to light the fire on the Milton. He said he was practicing with the team all week. This kid hadn't even enrolled yet. I think he just enrolled, and he was practicing with the team. Come on, man. Joe Milton ain't that dude. I don't care what you say. And I'm a Kentucky guy too. I've been taking heat about it for a long time.
He's not a dude, but he's formidable. And
He got a big arm.
I think with that system, I think you could be formidable and still win 8 games. But that, that's not what the Volunteers won this season.
No, that's a step back. They win 8 games.
That's amazing.
And it was
that's a major
Nico,
step back.
It'd be a different story.
Yeah, but Nico is a freshman and he will make some mistakes. But you're gonna actually after we finish this live stream, we giving you guys an upload, so you get 2 today. Nino's about to break some down. Oh, hey, Lincoln, all Nebraska Cornhuskers fans, Nino got you. I can't wait to see it. I actually don't even want to listen to it while I'm recording it, but I can't wait to see that. We're gonna have to revisit this conversation. Pure comedy. Let's talk about Coach Stig, man.
So listen, it was wild, right? I didn't really realize that he had been there for that long. Man, he'd been on his game for a while. Simply put, and this is stated by the Director of Athletics, Justin Sell, at South Dakota State. Simply put, South Dakota State University is a better place because of John and Lori Stig. That just says it all, right?
That's amazing.
Coach Stig, at 65, retired as the winningest coach of the program. He went 199 and 112 at 64% winning percentage.
Heck of a clip.
Yeah, he led South Dakota State to 12 postseason appearances, including 11 straight, and claimed 4 Missouri Valley Conference titles during his 26 years at the helm. All right. Stig began his coaching career as a student assistant with where else? South Dakota State in 1979. He left the program for 8 years, where he went being an assistant coach, dibbled and dabbled in both college and high school for a little bit before returning to the Jackrabbits in 1988. He eventually took over as the school's head coach in 1997. And, South Dakota State went back-to-back national championship games. They lost last year, but this year they defeated North Dakota State 45-21. What a way for him to go out, right? Not only did he win the title to go out, in 2022, he got the Eddie Robinson Award.
Yeah, I seen that.
And back, we'll go back a little bit, but in 2007, he was named NCAA Division I Football Championship Subdivision Region 5 Coach of the Year. I mean, not much can you say about this guy? I mean, he's pretty much devoted his life to bettering kids, getting kids to the next level, and getting the best out of these kids and giving them something that they probably wouldn't have had with a different coach, in my eyes. Shout out to Coach Stig, man. The game is going to miss you.
Yeah, you said it in the opening. The fact that, people believe that South Dakota State Jackrabbits is a better place because of Coach Stig. You can only commend him. It's like what Cole said. Him and 21 Savage got a song. He said he had a different type of respect for him when he went to the studio and seeing that his kids was in there in the studio. And you see it in the clips here. Bro got his grandson's granddaughter at the podium with him after games. You can see the type of family that he
family
built.
Vibe,
like
sure.
Whenever he's in the building, people are kind of looking and admiring. Those type of places, man. Football is supreme. It's really nothing else to do. Hunt and play football.
Yep.
That's it. That's all. So
it's a lifestyle for sure. He will be missed. And shout out to Coach Stig. 20+ years of coaching. Salute.
So we got a quick announcement to make. This broke yesterday. Josh Huepel extended to 2029. Shout out to him, man. Money time. I think he has officially entered the top 10.
Big dog status. Yeah, big dog status.
Yeah.
Facts.
So he's getting money. He's earned it. I remember him in Norman.
Money, y'all.
It's still weird seeing him in those colors. I don't know why. You still picture him as the quarterback of the Sooners. But shout out to him. We're gonna get into one more segment. It's an LA Tech segment. I'm gonna let Nino bring this in.
So I hit up KT and I was like, yo, I want to talk about LA Tech. What's going on? I see some recruits going there, right? I see some transfer portal people going there, and I'm like, well, last time I checked, LA Tech was not that great, right? And I wasn't wrong. So what's brewing in Ruston, Louisiana, right? LA Tech went 3-9 overall, 2-6 in Conference USA. Real quick to tell you how bad 3-9 is. They ranked 114th out of a possible 132. Head coach Sonny Cumbie, 5-12 career as a head coach, 1-0 in a bowl game. As a player in 2004 for La Tech, He led Texas Tech. For Texas Tech, he led Texas Tech to a W over Aaron Rodgers and Cal in the Holiday Bowl as a player. So my man knows how to play the game, okay? Sonny Cumbie's there. He's the dude. Now, things start getting a little spicy. I start seeing names dropping that are coming over here. I'm going to throw you some numbers of what they were at last year, and they can only get better. Points for, 34.8 points for per game. 29 points per game. 29 points per game, 61st. Terrible. Points against, 45.5. Disgusting. 128. Like, you're at the bottom. You're scraping being at the bottom of the barrel. There's only one way to go, and that's up. But we had some key returns. Marcus Crosby, freshman, running back, had 182 attempts for 915 yards, 9 touchdowns. It's a 5-yard per carry clip. Beautiful. Wide receiver Trey Harris in a 12-game span had 65 receptions, 935 yards, 10 touchdowns. He's only a sophomore. He averaged 14.4 yards per catch. We're going to team him up with a dog this year. He came in the transfer portal. We'll get to him real soon. On the defensive side of the ball, return, that's Cecil Singleton, defensive back. 12 games, 56 tackles, 35 solo tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, a pick, 3 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, and 5 pass defenses. It's a DB, folks. He's a junior. This is a guy you might want to pay attention to. This is a guy that can be climbing. You're going to start hearing about that. You fill up a stat sheet like that as a cornerback, my eyes are open. I'm watching. Now, in the recruits, they brought some dudes in. These are all 3 stars. To La Tech. I know you say, 3 stars. Bro, there's some schools this year that didn't even get 3 stars. Some of them in the SEC, some of them in the ACC. I don't want to hear about it. You're La Tech and you're pulling in 3 stars.
You're
focus,
working.
people. Yeah, you're doing due diligence. We got Jacob Fields out of Melissa, Texas. He's 5'11", 175 pounds. That's a DB. You're going to package him up nicely with Cecil Singleton, okay? This is a wide receiver. He's a small gentleman, but he's fast. That's Diedrich Latulis, Westgate High School, 5'8", 150. That 150 scares me. I'm 5'6". I'm 165. This boy turned sideways. You probably don't even see him behind a telephone pole. He got wheels. All right, that's all I'm going to tell you. This gentleman right here, he's the dude. The dude. Evan Bullock from Anna, Texas. We talked about Texas QBs, right? They know how to play. 17 years old. Just about to turn 18. 6'2", 210. At 17 years old. And he's still growing. He went 307 for 471, 65% completions this year, 4,179 yards, 7 interceptions, and 56 touchdowns. Boy, my man got howitzer, knows how to sling the rock. He about to give their transfer QB a little bit of run for his money. On defensive side of the ball, Colton Deckard out of Munster High School, 6'2", 195. He's a linebacker. This dude, downhill presence. Going to get in the backfield, going to wreak havoc. 195, like I said, he's only 17, 18 years old. I like to see him get to like 225, 245, but he's a freshman. I'm not really worried about it. Because this guy going to clog it up on the offensive line. He's going to protect Bullock or the gentleman coming over in the portal, and that's Roy Brackens III from Woodland High School. These people, I want you guys to understand, the years of recruits. They are 17 and 18 years old. He is 6'2", 305 pounds, people. That's a grown man. He can only get bigger and better. They did well in the portal, in my eyes. That's 5 3-star recruits that are probably going to be on the field this year. Now, in the portal, Cumbie hit it out the park, man. He did well.
Yeah, they got busy in the portal.
They got busy. They touched on all sides of the ball, okay? We got at QB, which was surprising, and I'm really enticed to see what he does this year. That's Hank Backermeyer, Boise State. I think it was an injury this year. He only played 4 games. I'm not necessarily sure. But in 2021, my one went 255 for 401 for 3,071 yards, 20 touchdowns, 8 picks on 62%. I will take that at La Tech all day. They flipped Dakotas Crawford, wide receiver out of Nebraska. He's a 3-star. This dude had all the hype coming into it. Didn't see the field in Nebraska. I don't know what happened out there. Nebraska had a lot of problems going on.
Oh, yeah.
So, my man was out. I think if he would have stuck it out, he probably would have been in a better situation now. But he's going to get on the field and he's going to eat.
Nebraska had death last year. Bad.
Yeah,
bad,
I mean Trey Palmer.
Poor coaching, but yeah.
I think you're gonna package Crawford and Harris together in the wide receiver department, bro. You got some QBs who can throw the rock. You get the possibility. Like I said, you got the freshman Crosby. You brought over Craig Williams, the running back from Baylor. He was behind Richard Reese, but he had 101 attempts for 557 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a receiving touchdown. Let's talk about the defensive side of the ball just a little bit. Everybody knows I like safety, so let's rattle it off with Miles Hurd, right? Safety out of Stephen Austin. He was 5'10", 195 pounds. He had 69 tackles, 36 solo, and 2 pass defenses. Then Jaden Gray, edge rusher out of Iowa State, 6'3", 240 pounds. He's a freshman. He didn't play much. Played 2 games, had 2 tackles and a tackle for loss. I like the listen, small sample size, but when half of your tackles are tackles for loss, I like to see it. Last gentleman on a defensive side of the ball, linebacker, Jez Lord Boating out of Akron. He had 27 tackles, 13 solo, and a pass defense. Listen, what they're doing, what they're getting, whatever they're telling these people, they're buying in, okay? Cumbie got people in Ruston buzzing. At 3-9, I could see that doubling. Possibly, I could see them maybe becoming bowl eligible this year. They get 6, I think it's possible. With the turnover they're doing, I think they can get close to 6 wins this year. What are your thoughts?
That at least should be the marker. 6-6, 7-5. If you don't watch a lot of G5 football, I'm an AAC guy. I said that in an earlier segment, but Conference USA provides a lot of high quality football. But yeah, 6-6, 7-5 should be the marker. This is one of those schools that confuse me. You go way back. They got a 4-time Super Bowl winner. Terry Bradshaw went to this university. Right. You just wonder, how do you get a catch like that? Well, and then over the years, you just kind of.
They had 9 wins just a few years ago, correct?
Yeah, they did. I don't know. It's always been puzzling to me, but to get some of the talent that they have, a lot of that talent is just gonna come in and start. Whether it's the recruits, whether it's
the portal,
it's the portal. Yeah, some of those people want to come in and start. It was interesting. I was looking at the footage and I seen a formation I haven't seen since probably
you seen that one?
Yeah, we called it the T-bone. I don't know what y'all called it up there. We called it the T-bone. It was crazy. I'm like, is that the T-bone? I'm lost looking at the footage. Yeah, 3 running backs lined up. It looks like a T with the quarterback. Yeah. We called it the T-bone. But yeah, that's crazy. So huge expectations here for LA Tech. So fast forward 11 months from now, maybe 10 and a half, 11 months from now, you see LA Tech playing in a bowl game. Remember, you heard it here first. Nino saying that LA Tech should be bowl eligible next season. Nino, anything else you would like to add to this broadcast before we go ahead and close this thing out?
I just, want to say, we don't discriminate. I got my favorite teams, right? And you got teams that you really like. But I'm always, you want a team, you want us to break down a team, you want us to talk about your team, whoever it may be, put in the comments, hit us up on the Twitter at the CFB Nation, and we'll get it out there. Like, I'll talk college football, I'll talk anybody. I got something in the works, KT. I think we're going to dive into South Dakota State we talked about, right? Maybe we'll dive into a couple of those teams.
Yeah, we could definitely get into some G5 teams. I was thinking we should do some season previews, schedule breakdowns, seeing how teams are fare out. Senior Bowl is literally days away.
Can't wait.
You'll see all of us down in Mobile, Alabama. Got a couple
of
surprises.
Bringing the gang. I got the gang coming with me. Everybody's going to meet the kiddos.
Hey, man, I can't wait. I just can't wait, man. I'm like a kid at the candy store, just getting things handled and taken care of. Wow, I can't believe we're gonna be down there, man, with Nagy and Mrs. Middleton and everything that they got going on down there in Mobile. I just can't wait. As I always like to say, do something nice for somebody you normally wouldn't do. Always pay it forward. Peace and love, peace and blessings. And until next time, hold on, we ain't gonna finish with the one just yet. Hey, man, we uploading the video in about 35 minutes, man. Check it out. Link in Nebraska, man. Hope y'all show up. Hope y'all enjoy it. 1.